Hi, art historians. I'm gonna be Bob Ross for Halloween. I wanted to show you part of my costume. Anyway, I wanted to start off our course together with my first week video summary review. So basically how I like to interact with you all a little bit more, considering we are online and it definitely does not emphasize the human connection quite as bit as an in-person class would. I do like to go back every single week on Monday and talk about what we discussed, what we learned, think about our quizzes, clarify any moments that maybe some people felt they were confused or got questions incorrect. So this is the first video of that for you all. So first and foremost, I want to give everybody a great congratulations. I think the work this week that was turned in was fantastic. You all did such a great job and you should be really, really proud of yourselves. One thing to keep in mind going forward is that this is an 8-week class, which means that we've taken a 6-week class and condensed it down. So that means that there is a ton of work that you need to do each and every week, and I hope you all are aware of the fact that I know that for sure, which means that I really truly mean it when I say I'm very appreciative to all the hard work and attention you give all of the assignments in this class. That being said, I am going in and really reading your responses. I hopefully have been giving you lots and lots of feedback so far, so I really hope that you all are taking a look at some of those comments and suggestions and things as I continue grading. Also, a little PSA, I did just get home and these cats around me tend to go a little wild once I return, right, my little Dolly? She's standing behind the computer right now. Let's see if she'll say hi. Say hi, little mama. Oh, there she is. This is Dolly, named for Salvador Dali. She responds best to compliments, so always tell her she's gorgeous. Oh, Hal, come on. Anyway, so first and foremost, I wanted to just talk a little bit about some kind of general overview things for stuff that I've been noticing and kind of like how that work is going that you are turning in. I really want to make sure everybody that we know that the discussions are not optional in this class. There are many different rules that you can even go and look at in the syllabus where certain amounts of low scores from each category will be dropped. I, off the top of my head, cannot remember those numbers. I'm an art person, not a math person. But what that means for you is that if you are looking at the 2 exams that we have, for example, your first exam will be taken during week 4 and the last exam will be during week 8 at the midpoint and end point of our course. If you take exam number 1 and you get a score that you're really not happy with, you can then take exam number 2 and hopefully prepare a little bit farther, spend a little bit more time studying your notes and just really getting yourself ready for that assessment, and say you achieve a really great high score. That means that your first exam score that is lower will be dropped from the grade book. So, and vice versa works the same exact way. If you do decide to take exam 1 and you end up getting that really awesome grade you were hoping for, there's no point in taking exam number 2 unless you think you're going to do better than that and can hopefully achieve a higher score to be added to your grade. So this is something to just keep in mind going forward. Definitely refer to the syllabus and check those rules, please, so that way you know what work you want to be completing. So that being said, the discussions are not optional. I need everybody to complete those each week because there is no rules that will allow you to drop any of those low scores. It will just reflect poorly on your grade. And since we are online, those online discussions is really the only way we can best communicate with each other. Going forward into next week, we are, well, this week actually, you're going to be spending time either looking up articles and sharing with the class what you learned about the artwork that we're learning for that week, or you're going to spend 15 minutes looking at a piece of artwork and then reflecting on what further information stands out to you. So I really encourage you all to make sure that you're on top of this. Your first post needs to be by Thursday, and you do need to be commenting and interacting with your classmates before the conclusion of the evening on Sunday. So that is for what I had to say about discussions. Now, the notes sheets, fantastic job, folks. I'm really, really impressed. I felt like a majority of you put awesome information into your notes sheet, really filled out all of those sections wonderfully. I also did notice that some of you took a different approach for your formatting for your notes, and that is totally fine. I would just really make sure you include all of those sections from that original kind of like chart sort of visual organizer. I actually created that myself. I use that with my AP Art History students at the high school that I teach at, and they actually helped me reformat that from an original version as well. So it's been through many iterations. That being said, one thing I do want you to recognize is that on the left-hand side of that worksheet, those are the identifying facts of a work of art, or what I like to call LEAF PDF, LEAF that is location, era, artist, form, patron, date, and function. And these are like the essential knowledge to know about a piece of artwork, and things that you absolutely want to make sure you're reviewing and studying before you go into a quiz or an exam. LEAF PDF is just also a nice little fun way to remember those little categories there. I have a coworker that helped me brainstorm that, and she's absolutely fabulous, so I have to give her credit where credit is due. That is not my creation. So notes sheets, like I said, those again, while there are some low grades that are going to be dropped, I don't want you all to get behind on those. There are usually up to 4 per week. This previous week there were only 2. So definitely don't let yourself fall too far behind there, because otherwise you're going to really be struggling to catch up, and I don't want that to be the case either. So moving forward into the self-guided explorations, thank you so much for using that template. It makes my life far easier. Reading through all of your writing and your responses, again, really awesome job with that deep level of thought and analysis and reflection, folks. Keep that awesome work up going forwards. I feel like it was really successful. Based on some of the questions that I've gotten for those self-guided explorations, you should know that you are completing the amount of points that you want to earn towards your grade. So say, for example, week 2 for you this week is just packed with stuff. You have something every single day. You have absolutely no time, and it doesn't look like those self-guided explorations are going to get done. Don't freak out. You can just do more next week, right? So it's an accumulation of points. So if you have to kind of go a little bit lighter one week, maybe you only complete 3, 6, 9 points of work. Maybe the next week you do 27 points. Either way, just keep track in your grade book about how many points worth of work you're submitting, so that way you can really be aware as to where you're kind of at grade-wise in this course. Again, I don't want anyone to be caught unaware and getting concerned for their progress in this class. So now moving on to the formal analysis paper, I only bring this up because I would really encourage you all to plan ahead. This is going to be due at the end of week 7. Week 7, not 8, week 7. And you need to go see artwork in person to complete this assignment. It is a Lindenwood requirement. This is out of my control. It is a core assignment, and unless you go to a museum, see the artwork, and write your paper about it, you actually cannot pass this course. It is a requirement for this course. So really plan ahead now. If you head over to SLAM in the near future rather than later, you'll find yourself a little less stressed. And if you aren't local to the school, like myself, there are plenty of other really great spaces that you can go to. So if you want to confirm that a certain location works a little bit better for you and where you are learning from, just reach out and ask me, and I'm happy to clarify for you. For example, I'm here in New Jersey, conveniently down the street from a train station, so I could go to, oh my god, the Met, the MoMA, the Whitney, the Guggenheim, many places. And so I have a lot of different options, and I'm sure you do wherever your local art scene is as well. Okay, so now the other thing I do want to bring up, last but not least, is your writing assignment. These are going to be due every even week. So since we are now in week 2, there is a writing assignment. So if you'd like to complete that, you can earn up to 50 points with a maximum of 100 points for these assignments. So say, for example, you choose to complete writing assignment 1 during week 2 and then writing assignment 2 during week 4, and you get 50 points on both of them. There really is no point on completing writing assignment number 3 or 4 because the lowest scores will be dropped. So really think about when you want to spend the time on those assignments, and what points you're going to expect to get back from that, so that way, again, you can just continue to plan going forward. Okay, Anyway, really nothing to summarize for our class discussion this week. We were just introducing ourselves. I hope you saw me jump in there and do some little comments and kind of respond back to you all. I really love getting to know you all, at least in an online sense, so I appreciate that. And I'm also currently working through all of your video introductions as well, so I'm watching those. I'd also like to welcome our teaching intern this course. Her name is Sarah Eller, and she is fantastic. She also went in and started commenting on a few of your posts, so definitely take a look out for her and her grading and her interaction with our courses as we proceed. She's so stellar, and I have all the trust in the world in her. So if you have any questions and I'm not answering fast enough, you can always reach out to her as well. And she's always there for your reference. So welcome to Sarah, and welcome to everybody, actually, for the most part. All right, so before I wrap up our first week 1 summary video, it is really important that we talk about the week 1 work, which included all of those assignments that I detailed in the beginning just a couple minutes ago, but let's talk about our first quiz. So every quiz is going to be formatted the exact same way. You're going to have 10 multiple choice questions and 1 short answer. Please note that in order to get full credit, hey, excuse me, hello. Sorry, they get a little frustrated with each other when one is more hyper than the other. Anyway, so please make sure that you're answering the full question for that short answer response. I cannot give you the points for that question if you leave it blank or if you only put like one very short sentence that doesn't quite tackle what the question is asking. So really make sure that you are spending the time to write everything that you need in there. In regards to the multiple choice questions, there was one that some people had gotten more consistently incorrect than other questions. Have to give you all credit. More than half of the multiple choice questions you all got 100% correctly, so great job there. This question that some people might have gotten wrong involved the material that was used to make the moai on the island of Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island. So it's kind of a trick question there. Though some of those figures were created out of the basalt blocks, only 13 of over 1,000 of them were created out of basalt. So I really don't think that that answer would be correct if you were to name the material that they're made out of. The rest of them, which is actually over 1,000, was made out of tuff, which is also known as volcanic ash. And you have to remember too that that island was actually created by volcanic explosions, so it is very, very rich with all of that tuff, also called tufa. So that's why that answer would have been correct over basalt. So though technically speaking, some of them are made out of basalt, 13 is not nearly enough to categorize them as being all made out of basalt, when out of 1,049 of them, which 1,049 minus 13, so 1,000, forgive me, again, art and not math, is that 1,036 of them? Something like that, is made out of volcanic ash. And so that's why, hey, folks, I'm trying to record a video here. Come on now. So that is why that answer would have been correct. All right, I think it's time to wrap this up. The cats are getting hungry and a little over it, I think. I'll hopefully have a little bit more of a calmer environment to record these videos going forward for each week. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Like I said, all of the things that I post in regards to the videos for week summaries and the comments that I make and absolutely all those assignment directions, be really cautious on, reading through everything and making sure you're understanding where we're at class-wise. And please, please, please never hesitate to reach out. Many of you have already, which is awesome, but you're also apologizing for asking me to be a professor. So please don't ever feel guilty about asking questions. This is what I'm here to do. I love this job and I love teaching you all. I like teaching college. I like teaching high school. I am a teacher by nature. So please don't ever feel any kind of way about reaching out or like you're bothering me or to feel guilty or anything like that. Just get all those feelings out of the way because I am here to help in whatever you need. Also, really quick, I should also mention that I don't know everything. I am a lifelong learner as well as a lifelong educator, so if you have any information that you'd like to share, pronunciations that I am butchering beyond belief, I really encourage you to share that with me so that way I can grow as a learner myself, and then I can better educate the students that hopefully will be in my future. So thank you so much, folks. I know this video was a little long, and I apologize for all the distractions from my fluffy roommates over here, but I hope you all enjoyed the first week of our course. I hope the second week is going well so far, and like I said, never hesitate to reach out. I'm here for your reference. All right. Bye, everybody.